We're talking about Five Guys. So the Merle parents told their sons to either go to college or start a business. They started a business with all the money that they saved for all their kids to go to college. They have 5 sons, so that's where the name Five Guys comes from. They opened their very first location in Arlington, Virginia. Each son is involved to this day. Jim helps run the Five Guys with his dad. They go around to all locations, like checking on all of them. Matt goes around like wherever a store needs to be open and goes and opens a store there. Chad trains all the managers, so if you're going through training for like to be a manager, you'll go and he'll help you. Ben handles IT for all of Five Guys. Tyler runs the bakery that makes all the buns for the burgers. And their dad, Jerry, is still very present in the business. He's the CEO and founder of the company. So a timeline of their locations. The first location opened in Arlington, Virginia in 1986. From 1986 to 2001, they opened a total of 5 locations all over the Washington, D.C. area. In 2002, they expanded to Virginia and Maryland, but that only lasted 18 months because they ran out of space to grow. In 2003 to now, they've opened over 17,000 locations, no 1,700 locations, in all over the United States and in 6 different countries. Some of them are the United Kingdom, Canada, and Europe. The 3 facts that they preach is they only use fresh ground beef when making burgers, they only use peanut oil when frying anything, and they have no freezers in their store. They only have coolers, which grants a fresh meal.
Alright, so I'm Juliana and I'm going to be talking about the environmental analysis of Five Guys. So obviously for Five Guys they have a lot of competitors, but a big one that we found was Burger King. And something that's different about them is like Five Guys, they prefer focusing on their quality of food over the speed of it, and then they're also more expensive. So for economic forces, there were 3 main forces that I found to be impactful here. So basically for how it began, they began Five Guys using the unused college funds of their sons. And then they had struggled to find like loans, like the banks were like, no, we're not gonna give you loans. So they ended up relying on friends, and then they paid those back with really high interest. And then expansion, like Julia said, they began in Arlington, Virginia, and then they began expanding further into like other states and then into other countries. And then the cost, it costs like $350,000 to $500,000 to open up a Five Guys, and then each one makes about $1.2 million per year. All right, so technological forces. They have a really modern POS system, which ensures like they keep things updated, and they can it makes things like way more efficient, and then they it helps reduce waste. With the cloud computing system, it helps solve issues within the business, like with system management and then reducing mistakes. So mobile ordering, this increases the customer base that they have, and then also like customer loyalty, so people are more likely to buy from them. And then they also have in-store pickup, drive-up window, curbside, and delivery. And then mobile ordering also increases the size of orders by 25%. So socio-cultural forces were word of mouth. They rely on word of mouth instead of advertisements for their business. And then they have the mobile app. And then on top of that, like they don't have very many vegetarian options. So I think a lot of people would like that, and to keep up with like society, they could include that. And then global implications. COVID-19 really affected their business. They had to lay off about 50% of their corporate employees, and then they had to like cut down the wages of other employees. And then on top of that, they probably had to raise their prices.
I'm doing the marketing objectives and performance. And so they focus on one simple task, which is creating the best burgers and fries. And seeing how it was voted best burger in America for 2 years in a row in 2017 and 2018, they're obviously not doing too bad at reaching that goal. Their target market is people aged 25 to 50 with an income over $100,000, which means that there are better options if pricing is the main concern. But however, those that have tried Five Guys obviously continue to feel like it's a fair trade. Citing data from 2021 when the franchise picked up another award, tying with In-N-Out's double-double for America's most popular fast food burger. It seems like it would be difficult to carry such a simple business model and still be able to expand in significant fashion. But Five Guys seems to have ignored this argument as the company has expanded its reach worldwide, serving in America, the UK, China, Australia, France, and many more, with 1,500 locations as of 2019, and another 1,500 under construction.
Hi, I'm Jackson, and I'm going to be doing the marketing mix 4 Ps of Five Guys. So Five Guys, as we've elaborated on, is on the more expensive side of fast foods. A regular cheeseburger is $10.39 with an extra $2.30 per patty. So it's an extra $2.30 if you want to make it a double. If you want to make it a triple, it'll be $4.60, on and on. And then the fries are really expensive compared to other restaurants, mainly because they use actual potatoes. Like if you go to their restaurant, you can see the potatoes being cut up while you're there. And the small fry is $4.39 and the large fry is $7.19. So for their products, the tangible products are the food they serve, like cheeseburgers, fries, and they do have, I think, one veggie sandwich, which isn't a lot compared to some restaurants, but a lot of fast food restaurants are lacking on that. So they also serve free peanuts to you while you're waiting, and their intangible product is their quick service. I went to a Five Guys in Appleton a couple months ago when I was flying out of Appleton, and during rush hour with the entire restaurant filled, it only took like 5 or 6 minutes, so that's relatively fast. Then for place, Five Guys is generally clustered around major cities, which you can see on these pictures. The one on the left is all the Five Guys locations in the United States, and the one on the right is the major cities from based on population. So you can see that they're clustered mainly around major cities, and there's a lot more on the East Coast, probably because they opened up on the East Coast in Virginia. And for promotion, they've mainly always done word of mouth, which you can see with the quote from Jason Lee, which says, "We don't do any advertising promotions, limited time offers, or traditional marketing. We have total faith in the product itself." But they have been going towards digital ads recently, which you can see a quote from Ad Weekly. "Today, Five Guys embraces digital advertising via social YouTube, though admittedly at a far smaller level than what is spent on quality assurance."
Hi, I'm Maddie. I'm doing the Five Guys SWOT analysis, which is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. But first, I have a question for all of you. How many different combinations can you make with your burger at Five Guys? A, 500,000, B, 247, C, 250,000, D, 23,000, or E, 15? Anybody have a guess? What?
C.
It is C, 250,000.
C.
So that ties into the customization. There's 15 different toppings you can put on your burger, which creates 250,000 ways to customize. They also have a mobile ordering system, which allows you to pay and then pick up your food when it's ready. And they also have fresh food that is always made to order. They pride themselves on no freezers and just fresh food and fast service. Their weaknesses, first one is peanut oil. Although peanut oil may be a healthier option in general, around 3 million Americans do have peanut allergies, so that discourages the business from them. Second is minimal no meat options. As they do have a veggie burger, they only have one vegetarian or vegan option, which would be fries, and that's it. The third is a small but expensive menu. Here's the menu, as you can see, very minimal. Burgers, hot dogs, fries, sandwiches. So opportunities, they could advertise more. They do have socials, but they do post them very minimally, and you don't see any commercials or anything. The second thing they could do is a kids menu. Although they do have like little options of burgers, by featuring a kids menu, they could encourage more families to stop by. Third is a menu expansion. Like we talked about, the menu is very small, so if they opened up to salads or anything like that, they could gain the business of people who want something healthier but also fresh. And lastly, threads. At fast food places, you mainly see drive-thrus, but they don't have drive-thrus, so this discourages people who want like a faster experience while waiting in the comfort of their car. The second is no deals or offers. On most mobile ordering apps, you can see like deals like buy one, get one for $1 or stuff like that, but they don't do that. So if people want like a deal, they will go elsewhere. And the third, it is too expensive for most people. Here's a comparison. Five Guys burger $7.69, while a Burger King burger is only $1. And for fries for Five Guys, it's $4.45, while Burger King is $2.19. So if people want a cheaper option, they might go elsewhere.
Okay, my name is Cass, and I did the competitor analysis. So as you've heard me touched on a little bit, we are talking about Five Guys and Burger King. Since that is just another really generic option to compare it to. So for current statistics, the net worth for Five Guys is only about $1 billion. It took a bit of research to find that. It turns out Five Guys is actually pretty secretive about most of their finances. And currently not currently, but as of 2019, they had 1,368 stores in the US, opposed to Burger King, who has a net worth of $10 billion and has over 7,000 stores in the US, with a lot more in the world. So for some new marketing strategies, looking at things that Burger King does that maybe Five Guys doesn't. So for menu expansion, offering plant-based, either like vegan burgers or something like that. Currently, the only vegetarian sandwich that they have is the veggie, which I'm pretty sure is just all the vegetables on some bread, which is super yummy, but also sometimes we want some real food. So also a larger menu variety. The menu is pretty small, with like 4 items that you can customize, of course, but it doesn't leave a lot of room for like making like a huge decision. And then they don't have any breakfast or seasonal options, which could be another huge draw-in for customers. Either stopping in to get a breakfast sandwich if that's something they decided to do, or if they had like a winter menu. Like they do shakes and stuff, so like those could easily be seasonal. Also brand collaborations. Burger King, I think they've done this a few times, but most recently they had the Keep It Real meals, which were with Lil Huddy, our man, and a few other TikTokers, and they just like told Burger King what their order was. So then like fans could go in and say like, I want the Lil Huddy, please. So that's really exciting for people to be able to come in and support like people that they look up to, and then it also brings in business to Five Guys that they might not have had before. And also co-branding, whether or not that means working with a company to bring something into the menu at Five Guys and like offering something there, or co-branding sort of out and like having the product be mostly someone else's, but like with Five Guys, still helping. So then also increase social media marketing. So adding giveaways on social media is a really good way to draw people in and get them excited about like coming in and rewards. Active responses, they don't have a super active social media presence. So if they were to allow people to reach them more easily through things like social media, since that's what everyone has, it would be a lot more accessible to people, and people might be more excited to go if they feel a connection with the brand. And then also keeping up with trends might seem a little silly, but like a lot of brands that have TikToks are actually doing really well because that's how you can appeal to this generation. And it might seem kind of silly to make like little videos, but if it draws enough people in, that can be another huge way to expand the business.